What's going on, guys? I'm Journey, back with a thoughts video, this time on Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition. This game is really nice, it's gorgeous, it's wonderful. There's a lot of reasons to love it, but before I even talk about that, let me just talk about one thing. I'm not a big fan at all of companies releasing product and then releasing the Definitive Edition or Extra Edition or whatever you want to call it later and then charge a full price and then not even bothering with upgrade packages. This one is a little bit more egregious because they took off the standard edition, so you can no longer buy it, and all you have is a choice of the definitive edition. I know on PC it was a little bit more annoying than on console. Maybe somebody could correct me. That's absolutely fine, but it's disingenuous. It's low ball. To me, it's kind of classless. Um, that's just my personal opinion. Somebody else may have something different, but I'm just never a big fan of that stuff. I'm always down for take care of folks that take care of you. That's all I can say. Now, does the game warrant enough to go full price? Yes, if you never played it. Does the game warrant for you to go full price again for the extra added features, which is a 2D mode, extra story, and I, it depends. That one will always depend on you, the individual. For me, I would say yes, but here's the catch though. There are Game Pass exists. Let's just leave it as that Game Pass exists, and that's currently where I played this at, which was as well as a Game Pass, which maybe one day I wouldn't mind going out and repicking it up again. But since it's there, I strongly urge people to actually go and check it, test it out, see if it's something that you're into, and see if it's actually worth it for you to go ahead and actually pick up to own. That's entirely up to you. But for the most part, I most definitely do appreciate the upgrades, especially with the story, because there are situations within the story that could have been explained more, and I think they've taken the time out to explain to you what it was. I don't want to get into and say exactly what it was, because then that would be a spoiler, right? But the 2D mode is pretty interesting, and it allows you to play the story in what it is, a 2D old school throwback kind of Dragon Quest, if you would. Very interesting, and you get to find more bits and pieces of it as you find these little small ghost looking things, and they represent the town of Tickathon. And it'll just give you either some kind of sheet or unlock a new thing for you to progress in, so that way you keep going and going and playing throughout that story. Wonderful. There's more than over 80 hours, if you ask me on a personal note, for content. So you're most definitely going to get the most bang for your buck. The characters are interesting. They're fun. It's a pretty it's a story that has a lot of highs. It's not like super dead in a sense where depressing. It's very high energy, and very good vibes. There are stuff that happens just with any story where some moments could get a little bit down, depressing, but it eventually picks back up. It's a really, really good story, almost like a fairy tale story. And the combat is traditional base, so turn base. You make your selections and watch things happen. You can also have tactics. Well, so there is tactics where you can go in and define what you want your characters to do. So that way, let's say you just only want to control your main character, that's absolutely fine. The characters will just do whatever you set them to do, and work out. It works out. It's not too bad. It's actually good, or you can control everybody if you so choose to. Now, the art style is what it is. Dragon Quest has been out for a long time. Dragon Quest 11 is actually my first one I've ever played, but I've known the series existed. And one of the things that turned me away was the art style, because I'm not a huge Dragon Ball fan. I'm just not. Used to be when I was small, but I'm older now. Clearly, as you can see, and it just wasn't my style. But this game doesn't feel, when you play it, it feels less and less like a Dragon Ball kind of like knockoff, and more of its own thing, like its own living, breathing thing. And not only does it feel that way, but I will actually argue, since this is a Square property, it's actually better than a lot of the Final Fantasies in recent memory, easily. And to me, it's right up there with the Final Fantasy VII Remaster, if you ask me. As far as quality that they put out in the past 15 years or so. So I think what you're going to get here is a story for a lifetime, characters that you can either relate to or have a strong opinion on something, and that's absolutely fine. But I haven't really played to a point where I would think, okay, I don't like this character, I like them all. from start to finish, I like them all. Favorite? Hey, I gotta go with Bunny Girl. You gotta go with Jade. You know, that's what it'd be. You know what I'm saying? The dream's the dream. You gotta keep the dream alive. You know what I'm saying? And then the music is exceptionally well done too. So it's bad when you got the main theme in your head for a couple of weeks, sometimes some cases months. So that one could be it all depends. But you go in with a open mind and you go through and you enjoy experiences. Now, if you are a person who is a little bit hard shell, maybe you've gone through some things in life and this thing might come off looking pretty cheesy to you. That's the nature of the beast. So I do believe that the people who's going to experience this most have a imagination, and not only that, but also are open and want to see something special. And so this is what this is. They went through in a nutshell, and there's very little to complain about outside of how Square has gone about the business of providing this to you guys. That is it. Because I'm not going to sit there and knock a thing about it. Is it a long story? Yes, but that's a plus, not a negative. Can the combat get a little bit difficult? Yes, but that's a plus, not a negative. Is there a bunch of crazy features? Yes, you can actually change some of the parameters when you start a new story. You can probably put a little bit more of a handicap or other things you so choose to. But once again, that's not a negative, that's a plus. So you're not going to get anything here from me that says this is a bad product. This is an amazing product. Go out and go buy it. This is the perfect score. This will earn it, in my opinion. I don't think this is like, if you had it from a number scale from, let's say, a 1 to a 10, I don't think a 9.5 is justifiable. I think you need to go higher. I think it is a wonderful masterpiece. I think it's a classic, not only now but for years to come, and this most definitely should be remembered. And it gives me a hope for a brighter future for something like Dragon Quest, because if this is my first, I'm hoping then after it would be nothing but better, 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 and better. So that's my thoughts on Dragon Quest. Until then, make sure you take care of yourself and take care of each other. I'll catch you guys on the next one. If you like and subscribe, later guys.